Yes, I hear y'all. All my supporters outside the internet want me to talk about this. And which, of course, this is an issue that needs to be talked about. Why do we got these single mothers out here trying to shame men and trying to tell them what a real man's supposed to be? When it's clear as day that they end up getting that understanding after the damage is done. But then these white knights for these single mothers wonder why everybody talks about these single mothers. Well, this is one of the reasons why here. But yep, it's me again. They hate me, that's why they give a fuck about me at the same time. As always, JD Miles, the MGTOWs they love to hate. Even the ones that claim everybody loves to hate them, loves to hate MGTOW at the same time, which is why they keep us relevant to this day. And I'm back again. Y'all see the title. All you single mothers trying to shame men and telling them what a real man's supposed to be need to have several seats and shut the fuck up forever. And no, I ain't taking shit back on this either. Because it's clear as day to see that we need to explain this to y'all again. If a man, especially a man who is single and childless, don't want to deal with a single mother, they have that right to do so. No different than a single and childless female don't want to deal with a single father. You see how equality works? There is no exceptions. There is no cutting corners around this. You could cry, you could boo-hoo, whine, cry, bitch, and moan all you want. By the end of the day, just by the end of the day, if he don't want that responsibility, you can't force that on him and vice versa. Oh wait, us single fathers knows our position, so we don't even have to be told. But yeah, even I'm seeing this on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, what may have you. You got these single mothers out here who still think they can compete with the single and childless females. That shit is dumb. Especially if the men is going to pick the single and childless female over the single mother every time. There's no fighting. There's no crying. That's a fact that they have to accept. And as they say, facts don't give two shits about your feelings. Your feelings will not help you in this situation. That's just something these single mothers have to deal with. And let's be upfront and real. If these single mothers know what a real man is supposed to be, then would they know all the tricks of the trade and not be single mothers? Okay then. It's true. If these single mothers actually know what a real man is supposed to be, then they wouldn't be in the position that they're in right now. They would have picked a man that have a child with that will be in their life and be a family. Instead, they became single mothers. And not and let's be upfront and real about this shit too. No, seriously. They always they always get that understanding to what a real man is supposed to be after the damage is done. Uncle JD, what do you mean by this? Well, I meant exactly what I said. Most of these single mothers who wants to tell men what a real man's supposed to be like, they end up getting that understanding after they become a single mother. Not before, but after. And no, they're not fooling anyone but themselves. This is why, which is why they think after getting ran the train on, monkey branched, calling themselves being in a relationship in the attempt to change this man into something he doesn't want to be, or the father or the supposed father is a deadbeat that just don't give a fuck. You name it. You name it. They've been through it. Oh, after all that is done, they have an understanding what a real man's supposed to be. No, no, ma'am. If you had that knowledge, that logic, that understanding to what a real man is supposed to be, and as I said, you wouldn't be a single mother to begin with. And that's just the cold, hard, bitter, honest truth. And if the single fathers out there have that understanding, you single mothers have no excuse. In fact, I get in fact, didn't Uncle JD gave you sound advice? Because while the single mothers out there trying to compete with the single and childless females and then wonder why it isn't working, what did Uncle JD told these single mothers? Humble your goddamn self. Humble yourself. Understand the situation that you're in. Understand your position. And I could tell these single mothers this. Their position is not on the top of is not on the top of the rank. Let's just get that out your head. None of these single mothers are Sierra. Not sorry. And you wonder why I'm telling you all this? Because that's how the single fathers are. When we got our kids, we end up having to humble ourselves. We have to have that understanding that because we are fathers and we got kids in this world, we have that understanding to where not every female will accept us being in a relationship. We understand that by being a father, we have our value has dropped. We had that clear understanding that if a single childless female don't want to be a relationship with a single father, that's their right. That's their right. We're not going to argue them on that. We could just, they could just only hope and pray that a female will give a single father a chance. And yes, there are some out there that will. And if the single fathers have to have that understanding, what makes you single mothers the exception to the rule? But then y'all wonder why a single father has a good chance of getting into a relationship before a single mother. Back in the 80s, 90s, 2000s, the single mothers was up there along with the single fathers. Fast forward to 2018 to now, that number has dropped significantly. And yeah, I get it. Y'all want y'all want you're single mothers, but it's still expecting for men to treat you like you're single and you're childless. Sadly, that stunt ain't gonna work. Just imagine the single fathers do that same shit. You think that's gonna work for them? Hell no. And I could just imagine a single father going around telling women what a real woman is supposed to be. We all know you will laugh. We all know you will laugh them and diss them for making such a statement. But somehow these single mothers believe that they could go around shaming men and telling men what a real man's supposed to be is somehow supposed to give them a different result. Again, get the fuck out of here with that retarded fuck ass logic. To all you single mothers out there, how are you going to compete with the single and childless females, especially when they're in high demand over you? And no, this ain't me. This ain't me trying to shame y'all. This is me stating facts over feelings. You put a single mother and a single childless female in one room, and if a man who is single and childless steps in, and he's given the option to who you want to be in a relationship with, who's he going to pick over the other? Is he going to pick the single mother with kids, especially multiple kids by multiple men? Had to take care of all of them? That includes her baggage and emotional damage. Have to be reminded that those are not your kids. You have no authority over them. Had to deal with their baby daddies coming in, and had to constantly be reminded of the fact that you're not the important one in that pre-made, ready-made family? Or is he going to pick the single and childless female and don't have to go through none of that? Who's he going to pick in the end? Okay then. And I and I love this meme right here, shaking my head. Only insecure men don't accept single mothers. Well, let me counter that. Let me counter that. Only insecure single mothers believe they could tell a man what a real man's supposed to be. How's that? How's that counter argument? But nevertheless, I said what I had to say. I'm done. Having to tell these single mothers about themselves again, thinking that they could tell men what a real man's supposed to be, but came and pick the right man to be a father. And I'm out this bitch later.